In our headlines this morning, legislation framework for bursary and scholarship in Anambra State passed second reading. Experts predict early rainy season in the country. Nigeria Immigration Service announces activation of passport application portal. And on the foreign scene, South Korea to remove concrete barriers in 9 airports. In Anambra, the dry season is here again. Avoid indiscriminate bush burning. Switch off electrical appliances when not in use. And avoid burning tires on tarred roads to maintain a clean and green Anambra State. Good morning and welcome to the news. My name is Nonye Nwokoye. Now, a bill seeking to establish the Anambra State Bursary and Scholarship Fund Management Agency has passed its second reading at the Anambra State House of Assembly. The sponsor of the bill, Chief Tony Mobike, who represents Agwata Constituency 2, explained that the proposed legislation aims to create a management framework for bursary and scholarships fund in the state. Our correspondent, Emmanuel Chibata, filed this report.
Chief Mobike noted that the bill will also motivate students to pursue disciplines critical to the state and nation's development, foster diversity in the education system, and promote research through funding.
The bill seeks to assist indigent students to be able to get funding for their studies. It also seeks to reward leadership and extracurricular achievements by students who qualify in our education system.
In their contributions, the minority leader, Honorable John Bosco Ake Wobi, his Ihialat Constituency 2 counterparts, Honorable Golden Ilo, and member Njiko Constituency 2, Dr. Jude Apua, said the bill is important in promoting access to education for students from economically disadvantaged backgrounds.
When you look around, it's very hard to see a Liberian living in a Roman's land. They stay in their country. When they come to UK, the government send them, pay for all their expenses, and bring them back for the benefit of their country. So this kind of bill will go a long way for Anambra people.
The Speaker, Right Honorable Somtoch Udeze, commended the bill as a significant development aligned with Governor Soludo's agenda. He referred the bill to the appropriate committee for further scrutiny and refinement.
Joy and gratitude enveloped the atmosphere as the Deputy Director of News and Current Affairs at Anambra Broadcasting Service, ABS, Mrs. Njide Okoye, and her siblings celebrated their mother, Chief Mrs. Victoria Agasiefo, on her 90th birthday in grand style. Correspondent Faith Onyamuche has the details of that report.
Chief Mrs. Ahasiefo, blessed with 8 children, numerous grandchildren and great-grandchildren, marked the milestone with a Thanksgiving service at St. Peter's Anglican Church, Oba, Idemili South local government area, where she was honored with the title Nora. In her heartfelt appreciation, Mrs. Ahasiefo expressed gratitude to God for the gift of life and her children for celebrating her. She was also optimistic that she would celebrate her centenary. Speaking to the ABS, the traditional ruler of Umueri, Igwe Bennett Emeka, commended the family for celebrating Mama and prayed that they would also be celebrated by their children. On their part, her first son, Mr. Ndubisi Ahasiefo, and her daughter, Mrs. Njide Okoye, and other members of the family reminisced on their mother's sacrifices to give them a better life. They thanked God for the opportunity to celebrate her and also appreciated relatives, friends, and colleagues who joined them in honoring their mother.
We want to show our appreciation to God for keeping her for good 90 years.
From Oba, Faith Onyamuche, ABS News.
Congratulations to Mama. Now, a senior lecturer at the Department of Environmental Management, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, and Professor of Ecology and Environmental Change, Nwabeze, has advised farmers not to commence the year's farming yet to avoid their crops being scorched, as the rainy season is not yet back despite the recent rains. Professor Igu gave the advice while speaking to the ABS on the first rain of the year 2025. Our correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo has the details.
The environmental expert, while noting that Nigeria belongs to a tropical zone, said it is wrong for the rainy season to commence in January instead of the normal ending of March of every year, attributing such occurrence to climatic anomalies in patterns of circulation processes, which are mostly caused by human anti-environmental activities. Judging based on his observations in the environment presently, Professor Igu said, though forecast for the year 2025 is not yet out, but the high relative humidity presently witnessed suggests that rain may start and end early this year, and that some zones will experience more rains than others.
Having rain in January seems quite absurd, but because of climatic variations that we're having now, we have lots of anomalies in patterns of circulation processes. So when we're not supposed to have rain and we have rain, it tells us that things are no longer going the way it's supposed to be.
An Awka resident, Mr. Benjamin Enyama, observed that the recent rains helped to an extent in reducing intense heat being witnessed before the rains.
That time March or early March may not be the serious heat that we all share in rainy season.
In Awka, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo reporting for ABS News.
In case you're just dropping by, this is ABS Television News. We take a short break here to bring you some announcements. When we return,
my champs, they use energy at school.
Your champs need nourishing energy. Give them the new and improved Milo at breakfast.
It has nutrients that support energy release.
You're welcome back to the rest of the news. Now on the national scene, the Nigeria Immigration Service, NIS, has announced that its passport application portal is now open for optimal service. Nigeria Public Relations Officer DCI KT Udo stated that the portal was temporarily closed due to system upgrades and maintenance. This was contained in a statement signed by Udo titled "Passport Application Portal Now Back in Optimal Service." On the foreign scene, South Korea will change the concrete barriers used for navigation at 9 airports across the country following December plane crash that killed 179 people. Seaports will also have their runway safety areas adapted following a review of all South Korea's airports that was carried out after the crash, the deadliest in the country's history. The Jeju Air flight was bringing passengers home from Thailand after Christmas when it made an emergency landing at Muan Airport and exploded after slamming into a concrete barrier at the end of the runway. The cause of the crash is still unknown, but air safety experts had earlier said the number of casualties could have been much lower if not for the structure. On sports news, Super Falcons forward Blessing Nko has sealed a move to Spanish club Deportivo La Coruna. Blessing joined Manu Sanchez's side on a short-term deal for the remainder of the season. The 21-year-old played in the Turkish league for Gaziantep Asya Sport last season. She scored 12 goals during her impressive stint with Gaziantep Asya Sport. And that's the news, but remember you can join us from any programs from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page. Follow us at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube at ABS Television Awka. on X at ABS Radio TV, and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And the main news again. Legislation framework for bursary and scholarship in Anambra State has passed second reading. Experts has predicted early rainy season in the country. Nigeria Immigration Service has announced activation of passport application portal, and from the foreign scene, South Korea is to remove concrete barriers in 9 airports. The special message once again. Here is in the Anambra, the dry season is here again. Avoid indiscriminate bush burning, switch off electrical appliances when not in use, and avoid burning tires on tarred roads to maintain a clean and green Anambra State. And that's the news. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Nonya Nwokoye. Good morning and have a great day.